Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Brooke and Ridge will have an awkward homecoming. Taylor will also have a torn fiancé as Ridge makes it back. At Forrester Creations, Eric will join Ridge and Brooke at the office. That'll give the three of them a chance to reconnect with Donna and Katie following all the drama in Italy. Katie and Donna will be thankful that Brooke's okay after her boat spill. Brooke could have lost her life if Ridge hadn't jumped into action and saved the day. After Brooke sings Ridge's praises, Donna and Katie will no doubt thank him for his fast thinking. Eric will be thankful as well and will hope Brooke's close call served as a memorial of how important Ridge has to lose. It'll be a little more complicated for Ridge since he'll find himself torn between his enduring love for Brooke and his engagement to Taylor. Since Ridge agreed to marry Taylor and spend the rest of their lives together, it wouldn't be so easy to just throw that down and break her heart. Ridge will find himself allowing back to his kiss with Brooke and how he promised he wouldn't take her for granted again. Ridge is going to break that pledge, at least for a while. Brooke and Ridge wouldn't reunite romantically just yet, so there's going to be some awkwardness as they get settled back. It wouldn't be long until Taylor reconnects with Ridge following the trip, so she may smell a shift in him deep down. Taylor may worry that Brooke's on the verge of stealing Ridge's heart again, but she'll refuse to let that be. Taylor will get disquieting updates when it comes to Ridge's deliverance of Brooke, but she'll ignore the red flags that come with that news and stick to her marriage plans. Luna was still fixated on Will. Sheila also planned to make Luna's dreams come true. At Forrester Creations, Will opened up to Katie about how great effects were going with Elektra. There was just one issue since Will wanted Elektra so much, but she wasn't on the same runner about taking effects to the bedroom yet. Elektra talked to Ivy about that as well. Although Elektra wasn't completely ready to hit the wastes with Will, she felt confident that day would come. At the Spencer manse, Bill got evidence that Grace had turned herself in at the police station. Bill planned to make sure Grace stayed behind bars for a long time. The plutocrat didn't matter as important to Bill as the emotional fermentation Liam had been through. Liam admitted a fake cancer opinion was better than a real one, but Bill just wished none of this had happened at all. After Bill and Liam participated a sweet clinch, Hope had another private discussion with Hope. That gave Liam a chance to reuse shooting Luna and how far he'd to go to cover Steffi. Sheila praised Lee for saving Luna like she saved Finn times agone. It was each about giving Luna an alternate chance. Lee ultimately decided Luna was alert enough to hear what happened, so she assigned Sheila with giving her updates on everything. Luna couldn't flash back what happened at the sand house, so Sheila recapitulated the whole situation, including the fact that Luna shot Liam and got shot by him as well. Luna was relieved to know Steffi and Liam were okay, but she was frustrated over accidentally going Sheila another toe. Sheila cracked some jokes and got Luna smiling in the end. After Sheila assured Luna that her grandmothers were there for her, she said she'd do everything in her power to make all Luna's dreams come true. Once Lee and Sheila let Luna rest, Luna's mind drifted to Will. It was egregious that Luna was still fixated on Will as she smiled and allowed. Back to Sheila's make all your dreams come true oath. Luna will inescapably lead to another round of disquieting news in Will and Elektra's relationship. Kelly will return without Steffi, so then's how her homecoming will affect Ridge and Taylor. Sophia Pars will duplication her part as Kelly in some new scenes at the Forrester manse. That's where Kelly will intrude a moment between Taylor and Ridge, so they'll turn their attention to their granddaughter. Steffi asked Liam if she could take Kelly with her when she went out of city. Finn has also talked about missing Steffi and the kiddies, so Kelly has been off traveling with her mama and Hayes. Kelly will come home beforehand, so there could be many reasons for that. It's possible this involves Kelly gearing up for a return to academy, or perhaps she just wants to spend redundant time with Liam after his medical fire. There could be another plot-affiliated reason, especially considering Kelly's forthcoming scenes with Ridge and Taylor. Since Jacqueline McInnes Wood is on motherliness leave, Steffi is around for parent enmeshing purposes. Steffi would typically be there to cheer on Taylor's relationship with Ridge and push them together. Kelly may have to take the lead now. It's easy to imagine some grandparent enmeshing rather formally Kelly's back in the blend. Kelly might talk about how happy she's that her grandpa and grandma have reunited. Maybe Kelly could gush over the forthcoming marriage and how important she wants to be a flower girl. It'd be an easy way to add to Ridge's guilt over his passions for Brooke and make him pump the thickets on ending effects with Taylor. Ridge will indeed stick with Taylor for a while longer, so Kelly could play a part in why he detainments blowing up the family reunion. It's always a treat to see Kelly, so stay tuned for updates on her return and any instigative news it'll bring. Ridge will have a romantic mess on his hands in the coming occurrences, and Kelly's comeback is presumably only going to make it indeed messy, eh? Bill went nuclear over Grace's trick while Luna awakened to Sheila and Lee. Sheila continued to reel at the sight of Luna alive in Lee's care. After Sheila asked why Lee saved Luna, Lee talked about effects changing when she saw her helpless bastard and granddaughter on that operating table. Since Lee criticized Poppy for Luna's rotten parenting, she now saw the eventuality for Luna to have an alternate chance. Lee wanted to rehabilitate Luna and didn't keep her at the sanitarium since she would have been transferred back to captivity. After Lee talked about Luna's occasion for redemption, she bothered about how long it was taking her to wake up. Sheila eventually took Luna's hand and gave a sweet speech as she blandished her granddaughter to open her eyes. Luna eventually did flutter her eyes open and plotted to concentrate on the shadowy numbers in front of her. Sheila claimed her grandmas were there with her and smiled along with Lee in relief, so Luna smiled back at them. Lee was amazed and thankful that Sheila got Luna to wake up. At Forrester Creations, Will and Electra participated some lovey-dovey moments before reflecting on all the Luna and Liam drama. Since Ivy heard the news that Liam was going to be okay, she sought evidence from Will and got consolation. Ivy got a bit emotional latterly with Electra, who understood how important Liam was to her. At the Spencer manse, Liam got a textbook from Finn and learned Grace had indeed turned herself in at the police station. As Liam and Hope continued to reuse the fact that Grace prevaricated about everything, Liam realized it was time to bring Bill in the circle. Liam knew his pater was going to go nuclear, but he summoned Bill down from a discussion with Katie anyway. Bill showed up wondering what was going on. Liam and Hope gave him updates on Grace's deception. Bill fumed over Grace faking everything and making Liam suppose he was sick through drug that mimicked cancer symptoms. Bill also learned the surgery was bogus and that Grace scammed him out of $1 million to pay off Reese gambling debts. Bill claimed that Wine would pay dearly and would wish she no way met him. Grace will have to face the consequences of her conduct. Thomas plot hole. Why didn't Grace turn to Paris' fiancé for help? Since Grace got wedged paying off Reese gambling debts, she felt backed into a corner. Grace was facing serious pitfalls from bookies and stressed for her daughter's safety, so she did the unbelievable and carried out a fake excrescence scheme. Liam got duped into believing he was dying of an inoperable brain mass, which led to Bill wiring $1 million for what he believed was an experimental surgery. It was all an elaborate fiddle. That blew up in Grace's face now that the verity is out. Grace agreed to confess to the Bobbies and got a lift from Finn to the police station in the end. Still, she's going to lose her medical license and land in captivity over this mess, if Grace's vaticination is right. That'll devastate Paris and Zoe, especially since their father is formerly serving time for his own crimes. All of this could have been avoided if Grace had turned to someone differently for help rather. Thomas is still Paris' hubby to be as far as suckers know, so he'd do anything to cover her along with her family and mama. Paris, Zoe, and Grace were all hovered thanks to the grim bookies, so Thomas should have been informed. Thomas may not be as fat as Bill, but he comes from the fat Forrester family and could have figured this out for Grace. We've no doubt that Thomas would have moved plutocrat mountains to ensure the safety of Paris and her family. There are two simple reasons why B&B didn't spare into the Thomas angle for this plot. The first one is that Thomas is end on oil, so having him play the idol wouldn't really work unless they wanted to bring him back. The other reason is that the show couldn't have done this Liam excrescence fake estual story. Grace had to seek Bill's plutocrat for this story to be told, so we'll just have to ignore the egregious Thomas plot hole that redounded. Bill will get updates on the dummy cancer. The process may need a long to be reached till the way we need to view some may need some expensive experience to heavily predict the path. Thank you for watching this video. And do not forget to like, comment and subscribe.